Salve ragazzi, finalmente il sogno si realizza, veramente, finalmente è una data epocale per noi perché abbiamo niente poco di meno che Mayhem, Attila Scisar, quindi ragazzi potete ben capire l'emozione mia personale perché veramente oggi è un momento unico, speciale nel Calice Nero, finalmente abbiamo Sua Maestà, veramente non esagero, il gruppo che ha inventato il black metal veramente un immenso onore, veramente siamo stra-emozionatissimi, stracarichi perché abbiamo niente poco di meno che Attila, Mr. Attila Schizer from Mayhem.
Hello, Attila, and welcome to Il Calice Nero. As you can expect, and from the comments displayed, a lot of people is waiting from your interview here. So be sure to be prepared through the question of the maestro, but also to the question of the people that are following us. We still got a lot of things about the early days of Mayhem, your early days as musician, and stuff like that. So we hope that you will enjoy this interview with us.
All right. Hello everybody, and hello Italy.
Fantastic.
Hi from Tuska Festival. Actually, I'm in Finland now. I had another interview earlier, and it's great to be here. And yeah, looking forward.
Thanks for being with us, even if we got some time zone problems or stuff like that. But it's part of the show, and as someone said, the show must go on. So we try to keep it as positive possible and try to enjoy this episode together. But without further ado, I will just pass the word to my brother here, Alan, the maestro, and people saying literally is the majesty Attila in the comments. So a lot of people are crazy about your being here. And without further ado, as always, guys, Maestro will say the question in Italian. I will translate for Attila. And yeah, we can start. Vai, Maestro.
Allora, Attila, facciamo un excursus appunto verso Death Crash. Che ricordi hai di quei momenti? Quanto è stato complesso nel creare appunto questo disco? Quanto gli Slayer hanno influenzato appunto anche Death Crash? E il tuo timbro vocale negli anni come si è modificato creando arte all'interno del tuo corde vocali?
Okay, so the first, as you might expect, the first question is about your early days in Mayhem. Speaking about if you can share some fine memories, something about the early days, and also about Death Crush.
Yes, I had my band Tormentor first. That's how the story started, from like 85 to 1991, when we kind of gave up, but we had already like, I don't know, 100 shows. We had like big crowd. We had like at the end easily like 1,000 people. I thought Iron Maiden was big, so I didn't think we were like that rock stars or anything. Well, I could just recall because we just talked about the last show we had. It was with Necronomicon with Germany, but I was outdoor of Petra in Hungary. It was like 2,500 people. But still, the whole shit looked, I don't know why we were also too young, hopeless. And also all our heroes like Destruction, Sodom, they changed their styles, even Celtic Frost. I just don't want to go into details. Battery was cool, going to Viking. Maybe Slayer remained, that was fucking cool. But anyway, also there was a military shit going on. We are still talking like communism, So at the end, I gave up. Or not gave up, we like kind of fallen apart. And I was never really split, but we didn't know what the fuck. So anyway, we stopped playing. And then I was fed up with everything, and I wanted to do electronic music. Because, Tormentor never had a good review to start. If anyone can show me, please welcome. We had like 100 shows in the 80s. And we had like big crowd, but the metal scene hated us. We were too extreme. Back in the days it was different. And, what is this Satanism, all this shit, also like metal should unite type thing. But that meant that I met people in the Tormentor shows who came from different genres, different music style. And it was always chaos in the beginning. Never mind. I mean, I don't want to go in that. It was like fucked up in the beginning, like really no security, chaos. But then we had like bigger crowd, these people I met, and they introduced me bands like Karen 93, Coil, Throbbing Gristle, Diamond the Glass, Skinny Puppy, Frontline Assembly, Meteors, like psychobilly shit, Demented Argo, which I recommend even you metalheads to check out because Mark Phillips' voice is fucking killer. This shit and other music I didn't mention now kind of also pay my attention because I love like, okay, black metal is fucking cool, which was extreme then, all this Satanism and all this dark shit. But I realized that there are other bands and other genres who are dealing with the same kind of stuff. So therefore, after when I felt like extreme metal, because I tell you what, at the end of the 80s, white metal came, I don't know, all this shit, everything looked hopeless for some, I don't know why, at least in Hungary. So I wanted to do a bigger challenge, so we started to play electronic music with a band called Plasma Pool, which you guys might know because our CD's been released in Italy actually ever so far. Thinking to release again, but it's not the case. The case is that's where I heard from Mayhem, and I was kind of like done with the metal at the moment, and I didn't know the band really. And also it was like, first I heard the name Mayhem. It sounded a little bit odd, or say like it rang a bell because we all had these stage names in Tormentor, like Demon to Drums, Bestial Animal, Guitar, I don't know, Carry On, Bass, and my name was Mayhem. So actually I signed like, many autographs. I had my Mayhem autograph.
As Mayhem.
In Tormentor. I never heard about Mayhem. Wait, I'm talking about 80s.
Yeah. I know that you joined Mayhem in like 1993. So
91, I heard from them first, I think, or something like that. But this is before when we still played with Tormentor, and therefore it was a little bit odd. Or, also of course it sounds like a fate. Like, okay, band, because of course then I understood that this band has a serious shit going on. I think Dad was already gone, and when Euronymous contacted me, it was actually not long after that, as I understood later. And I understood that they had a strong history, and I learned about the church burnings then, so of course it was serious. But you ask about that crash and shit, so what happened, Euronymous sent me some records. Actually, first of all, why I cared, even I was not into metal anymore, it was still from Norway, and I've been always a metalhead. That was my main thing, So of course, I was from Hungary. Anno Domini record, which was made in '88, couldn't be released because of the fuck up of the system or somebody, or we didn't understand shit, And then I was thinking like, it's cool. Maybe now, finally, I can have at least a vinyl out or a record. It's not like today, guys. We are talking about 80s. It was not like you just release. Okay, you could self-pay that your own shit, maybe. I even don't know. But in Hungary, it was like very complicated. So it sounded like. Anyway, also I like the idea to go to somewhere abroad, to the west, to Norway, from the fucking communist fucking background. It was already after the system went down. And also it was, wait, you have to fucking translate this shit.
Yeah, you keep talking. No problem.
Solo
because
una
there is also a second part of the
how to do
interview.
it.
Solo una curiosità.
Because I even did. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I keep it short. I'm sorry. So
no problem, no problem. I do this all the time.
All right.
We got interview with like I did
Yeah.
interview with Derek Roddy from Ed Eternal. He did like 30 minutes of answers, so I had to
So
translate.
now maybe I don't know how you can translate or what to do.
No, I'm on the computer. Of course, if you see me, I'm just typing and taking notes to make the translation.
Okay, I will try to keep it short.
Ok, but no problem, no problem.
Solo una cosa, visto che Attila è proprio entrato dei misteri Doom Satanas, appunto veramente questo capolavoro, quanta emozione ancora ha dentro il corpo, dentro di sé, domanda semplicissima, dentro di sé, nell'ascoltare il suo disco e quanto riesce a essere emozionato con la sua voce, perché ha creato la storia.
Sì, lo stavo facendo. Ok, the maestro, before translating, wants to ask you another thing, since you were talking about the time frame when the release of the Mysteries Tom Satanas. He asked you about listening this record nowadays, after all those years, your impression after all the evolution as you as an artist, all the evolution of the band, all the evolution of the metal scene, and also wants to know your, by your own point of view, of course, the improvement and the way that you express yourself via your vocal style, so vocal technique, how much it's changed and stuff like that, because we know that, of course, voice is like wine. More the age, more is different to the taste of the voice. I don't know if you mean what I say.
Yeah. Okay, so I try to go by a little bit shorter answers.
No problem, no problem.
So you can maybe translate it for the Italian guests here. So yeah, so the Mysterious, the release, I don't know. I was delayed a bit, I think. I never had the songs. I only had the tape.
Okay.
Of, I think it was 5 songs out of 8.
Okay.
Which I later released like Life Eternal these days, because that's the original kind of rock mix we had in the studio after the recording, but we just didn't record the last 3 songs.
Okay.
So that was the only thing I had. And the first time I heard the whole recording was when Samot from Emperor sent me like this demo CD. Because
so you basically heard not to finish the...
No, I didn't hear it up till that. That was the first time I heard the whole album. That was like a year later at least. Maybe more. I don't know.
And how was this kind of reaction when you heard it from for the guy from Emperor, the tape? How was your impression? If you can go like a time machine back in those days.
I mean, it was good to hear the final result, finally. And I had no idea what was going on because we lost all the contacts.
Okay.
Yeah. So he approached me somewhat because he had the tapes of Tormentor, which I gave to Euronymous, but he's died. And Hellhammer picked the tape up and he gave it to Samot because Samot was one of his first release at his label. Like he wanted to release it, so he contacted me. Somehow he found my address and he sent me the Mysterious first.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you want to translate this or we just go
okay. If before I'm translating, there is a lot of comments. I try to.
So people understand.
Yeah, people say that you have the most beautiful voices in drone and black metal existence. Say this. Also, people from all over the Italy, great youth, Napoli, north of Italy, south of Italy, islands, and stuff like that.
Fucking salute all of you guys.
A lot of question about the early days too, but we already talked about it. If you guys catch our live stream now, when we finish the program, the video will stay online, so you can go check the answer of Attila back, and you will say all the details. But by the way,
you can translate maybe this later.
Yeah, too.
Okay.
Too. Allora, praticamente, amici, tradurrò la risposta di Attila.
Vai, grandissimo.
18 minuti le cerco di tradurli tutte. Allora, praticamente sappiamo benissimo che Attila proviene dal suo progetto precedente ai Mayhem, che sono i Tormentor.
Sì,
lui si firmava tra l'altro come nickname, come stage name in Mayhem, quindi diciamo che ascoltare loro il nome del gruppo come lui, appunto, era stato qualcosa di strano, perché comunque si sentivano insieme. Praticamente la situazione era molto strana, perché lui comunque, stando in Ungheria per via comunque della dittatura del comunismo, la cosa era difficile da arrivare, sostanzialmente era difficile da arrivare a tutti quanti, quindi fondamentalmente per lui è stato difficile approcciare. Lui ha un po' l'esperienza Tormentor l'ha segnato parecchio, perché comunque erano abbastanza odiati nella scena metal, comunque erano presi un po' male, quindi lui ha lasciato per un momento il metal per fondare il suo progetto di musica elettronica, tra l'altro la cui label che le ha pubblicati è proprio italiana. Esatto. Lui pensava che io non traducessi, invece mi ricordo tutto, non ti preoccupare. Quindi no, perché ragazzi, lui in questo momento è al Tuska Festival in Finlandia ed è nel periodo di press, praticamente, quindi ha fatto un'altra intervista prima di noi. Sta rientrando, non vi preoccupate. Quindi praticamente ha parlato delle fasi iniziali, c'erano ancora contatti con Euronymous, aveva comunque un rapporto epistolare, lui voleva stare in Norvegia, che comunque ascoltava molto metal, ha parlato comunque della scena che si sta evolvendo, il metal estremo, che non è come adesso, no? E quindi poi c'è stato questo rapporto, eccoci di nuovo con Attila, c'è stato questo rapporto tra le parti, e lui dei Mysteries l'ha ascoltato un anno dopo, cioè lui ha ascoltato solo 5 tracce su 8, e quindi lui un anno dopo, grazie alla questione che è successa con Euronymous eccetera, ha ricevuto praticamente la proposta da Siamo praticamente di rilasciare le sue tapes. Esatto, e quindi poi praticamente c'è stato questo rapporto epistolare quasi, e quindi lui era molto interessato, sia perché comunque già conosceva il gruppo per via dei fatti di cronaca, poi comunque aveva il rapporto con Euronymous e gli altri, insomma. Quindi poi questo contatto ha fatto in modo di comunque di arrivare, di entrare successivamente alla fondazione dei miei, ma in un momento in cui da Death Crash poi iniziavano il loro processo compositivo fino a raggiungere, secondo me, uno dei dischi più belli, ma che ha dato l'inizio proprio a questo genere, che è il black metal, insomma. Ok, I assumed and translated what you said. So before going further with the question we prepared, of course we want to give to the people that are watching live stream the chance to make you question. So I'm finding some question from Tony. Unfortunately tonight there is no Negro Barcher. There is Attila with us, so you can maybe Tony write to us in the intro, of course, but no problem. He wants to. I make the question from Negro Barcher to you. What do you think? I know that you entered, of course, as vocal, but just to think with your fantasy, what do you think about if Mayhem were led as a vocal with Dead instead of you? Can you imagine in Mayhem different direction? I don't know, just some fantasy talking. A what if, you know? What do you think about it?
You know, I never talked to Dead or never met him.
Okay.
What I understood that apparently, like, Tormentor was one of his favorite bands, so obviously that's why Euronymous asked me, or they asked me to join the band, because it turned out I was one of his favorite vocalists. There are some letters and shit or stuff. He also wrote about that. I didn't know, you know, but I have a huge respect to him. And as I understood, we had a lot of similarities, as I heard stories about it, in our personalities.
Yes.
In the same time, you know, how many shows they had, like Mayhem, in the 80s?
I don't think too much. I don't think too much. I think that I don't know. I was born in '96, but I think not too many.
I think it's
not too many.
Maybe 5. Yeah, or
Yeah,
6
okay.
in total before the
In total,
Mysterious.
okay. So a very few shows.
Before the Mysterious, yeah.
Before the Mysterious.
Yeah.
I think that as
I think
all the bands
they
are starting
had
out.
maybe 2-3 shows with the first lineup. I don't know exactly, but something like that. And they had with that this tour, which was Leipzig and Turkey. That's it.
Okay.
Or maybe also he played in Norway. I'm sorry. I'm like not that a big expert or my neurons, you know. My mind is not always in this thing. But now
No
you
problem.
ask. Yeah. I'm just trying to answer your question.
Yeah, but I
And
understood
what?
your
Yeah,
point.
yeah. I think he. If you think about today, do you think he would do the same shit as he did before? I
I
don't
think that
think so.
this is something from that
You
time
think
frame.
he would do the same fucking thing? I have to tell you something. Like, okay, I met Euronymous, and by mail, of course, we were like mailing, you know. And he sent me records. He sent me the first Bursum, Death Crush. I still have the Death Crush. I don't know the first Bursum. I don't know what it is. I'm not a collector, and I lost some shit, some Darktron stuff. But maybe the Darktron he sent later. I don't know, but I listened Death Crush. I tell you what, and I listened Bursum, and I thought it's cool, but I've been there years ago, and you know, like that cross sounded a little bit punky. Bursum sounded me like battery a little bit. That's cool. It's okay, but so to say, I was not blown away. You know, I mean, like if you think Anno Domini, like it's a Tormentor record, we made it 88. I don't know, that crush is about 87. It's like the same age.
Was like
But
strongly influenced by your stuff.
But I'm sorry, some of the stuff in Tormentor, I think one song has more riffs than the Death Crush album. I'm not gonna categorize everything. It's fucking great. I'm just trying to say I've been there. That's how I felt.
Okay.
And then when I heard the tapes of the new stuff, and also I think live in Leipzig, they of course they played with that. That was cool. But I heard the new tapes, like a demo tape of the Mysterious. It was like another band with Hellhammer on drums. It's something I never heard fucking before. That was a completely new chapter. I was already interested to do it, of course, because I was into the church burning, all the shit, but I heard it was interesting. At the time I was very much into occultism and the dark shit. So we were all young, you know, so I thought it's cool. But the music didn't impress me first. But when I heard the tape, that was a whole new story.
Okay.
Because it sounded like another band. And that when I got very interested. And well, now which I don't know, I don't wanna keep it too long so you can translate. But anyway, now everybody says the old school, how fucking cool it was in the 90s. Like that was the real fucking shit. Like back in the days and stuff.
Yeah, some nostalgia goes.
Let me tell you something. When I sang the Mysterious Dom Satanas, I didn't think about Deep Purple. Because that was the old school then.
Okay.
I didn't think about fucking, I don't know, Alice Cooper or Black Sabbath. No. For me, it was fucking futuristic. It sounded like way something for far away already. That's what I sense, because I haven't heard shit like that before. I mean, it was blast beats, and also there's a small movement, but it's still like a fast picking. So it was like a whole new
new stuff going on,
idea.
new way to play, new way to sing, new way to interpret the
I
music.
was
Yeah, yes.
fucking impressive from Norway. I was like, these guys, wow. Suddenly the whole shit started to make sense. And suddenly I got goosebumps now, because it is what it is. But just talking about it, it was like that. And then I started to think, yeah, maybe I have something still to say in Mel. And however, with Plasma Pool, that time we were doing pretty good in Hungary. We had good crowd, everything. But still, I mean, I never left metal, So it's like, of course, that's where I came from. But still, I'm goth too, and I like industrial and shit. But nevertheless, that was also in there somehow. Like, it was like a new thing. And yeah, maybe we can move on, but like, to stop this, I was thinking about that then, and you know what? I just didn't want to copy him. Why should I try to do the same shit? Also, why should I do the same shit as I did in Tormentor?
Of course, new project, new inspiration.
It was a new thing. I wanted to do something different. How it came, the vocals like that, And actually, it was not just my choice, because when we recorded the Mysterious Dom Satanas, the whole band, everybody was there in the studio. Okay. Everybody paid attention, including Snorre, Ward, Euronymous, Hellhammer. Everybody was there listening the shit what I was doing. They couldn't see me because I was behind curtains and all this shit with candles in the darkness, but they could hear me. And, I came out from the takes, and yeah.
Cool. And we know that album made history. So, and you, of course, a lot of people said in reviews and stuff like that, articles during the web, say that of course you have your unique way to express. So everything makes sense now. When you go in depth about that kind of period of time, everything was in line. So I think that was good also for people that are enjoying the music since a long time, know this kind of behind the scenes, to be immersed.
That time it was so underground. There's nothing like today. I just came back from a festival called Hellfest.
Yeah, in France.
Today, and it's amazing. But there was nothing like that before. Back in the days, it was very underground and also huge in the media, but just like bullshit. Or about when I came to Norway, it was already like all around. The church burning, of course, the suicide of Pele.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for your your answered multiple mini question of people that wants to know about the what you think about the new school, old school style that you already said. But there are two questions. One from Toto Schizoid that wants to ask you about your visit in Sicily in 2006 in Catania.
Yeah.
When you play there, if you have some memories to share with us. And there is also Francisco, our mate from Il Calice Nero, Adimer, that I wanted to ask you the singers that influenced your way to sing, even outside metal, because you, of course, have different styles in Mayhem, in San O, etc.
Yes, about Catania. It's funny.
I hope that is good because both me and the maestro are from the south of Italy. He's from Sardinia, the other island. I'm from Napoli. So
it has a dark side too.
Okay.
Should I still tell it?
You can tell. No problem.
First of all, arriving there, I look at the Etna.
The
amazing. I'm like, oh, and I've been to the Stromboli when I was kid.
Stromboli.
Went up the Stromboli, the Lipari Islands, and watched the explosion. I had still goosebumps talking about it. It was so fucking strong, you know. We had to climb the volcano. Anyway, I love volcanoes. So, volcano was amazing. The place is amazing. The show was cool. But the fucked up thing happened. We came to the airport.
Okay.
And my bag was left in the car. I don't know why we didn't take out.
Shit.
Of the guy who came with us. And then, you know, tried to call and it didn't pick up. So actually I had to leave without all my fucking shit, and we paid in Milan the next day.
So you lost everything.
I lost everything, and I tried to find it, and I don't know. But then again, I love Italy, and I have full respect, you know, because with Aborim and everything, I have a strong connection to Rome and everything, you know. But still, it's a funny story now. And anyway, the bag didn't show up. And then, I don't know, I called the guy or something a month later, and they found my bag. So I told them, dude, send me. But they didn't send me.
So he keep the
I
bag
don't know
from
what
it.
it is. Maybe they see this video. Maybe they still have my bag. Let's go. Maybe now. I would like to see now. It would look fucking cool probably now. After it's like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Talking about.
So if you're watching the live stream, resend the bag to Attila.
Fuck it.
Okay.
But the fucked up thing that my mother made my robe, and that was the first night I used it. And then she asked me, "What happened? How was it?" I was like, "It was cool, but it's gone."
Shit.
What is good shit though? Next day in Milan, I didn't know what the fuck to do. So that was also inspiration for actually the shows which were coming up with Mayhem in the Ordo at Keo tour, because I didn't have any costume. So we went out to improvise with Blasphemer. So I got like this butcher green shit. I bought like this big fucking knife, you know, like a butcher knife, and got some gas mask and all the shit. And I was a mad butcher on stage in Milan because there was no other way. I didn't want to go on my stage clothes. So I had to come up with something. This is what we could come up with. I was fucking cool. I was kind of like opening something. So, you know, I was saying like the coin always have both sides.
Yeah. Good. So people that actually saw you in Milan the next day in Sicily basically had the chance to see you in unique stage clothes.
Exactly.
You know? So a unique show. That's why, guys, you have to attend the live show. You can. You do not know what ever can happen. So it's good story. Good story.
Of course, yeah. I mean, you see, this is like that time. Of course, I was kind of like irritated, but now think about it, it was maybe a good thing because it helped us to, you know, go totally out of the box.
Okay, but it's good because it's good and bad at the same time. But people can enjoy you, enjoy
guys,
the unique stuff.
Most of the shit is like that in life. If you think about all the fucking shit happened to you, if you think deeply, there is the other side to it. You learn something, or you got at least stronger. Otherwise, you will not be here. At least that, you know. And I been through depression, all the shit I can tell, and my life has a dark side. And right now I'm good, but I'm just telling, all this shit can make you stronger too. And we are still here, and we still promote metal and extreme metal. And I think now it's very important because this is like a crucial times now. A lot of things changing, and I think it's really important that we stick to our scene and we don't let it down, you know. And
sure.
Whatever. Maybe you can translate all this shit I said.
Yeah. But before translating, there is some question I try to make it from macro arguments that just to not keep just to not interrupt your flow, because of
to
course
argue with me. I'm happy to argue. No, seriously.
No, of course. No, I'm really
No, not
interested
you.
to
I'm telling you. I'm telling to the people who.
Okay, now there is a little bit of delay into the audio, so I only listen.
I like
I
to be
do not
hated.
want.
Hey, I like to be hated because that's
Okay,
okay. And that's brings up a different perspective, you know.
I don't know
I'm
if
not
you.
saying it's
Okay.
my thing.
I have some audio deleted. Sorry.
You don't have to hold back anything.
Ok, no problem. But aspetta, prima di tradurre, I don't know actually if you are familiar with Italian progressive rock, because there were a band called Aria, which had his singer called Demetrio Stratos, which is the particular voice in progressive rock, Italian progressive rock.
All right.
And Alex said, from his point of view, you are the Demetrio Stratos of black metal. So I think that we have to send you some links about this band if you don't know.
Please do that. And I don't know. I don't know the band, but I appreciate it.
It's kind of an historical Italian band of the progressive rock movement back in the 60s.
That's amazing. That's a compliment. Thank you.
About singers, your influence in the way of sing, because Francesco wants to know the difference between when you sing from, for example, San O, or when you sing from Mayhem. You are still you are inspired by something different, or you take it direct in your face kind of vibe and say, okay, let's do it without any overthink?
No. I'm kind of using the same techniques, you know, my vocal techniques as an instrument, but it's a total different mindset, you know. Mayhem is one thing, Sun is another thing. Maybe they have the same root, like, because the Sun guys coming from doom metal and all the metal, they have this huge knowledge of music. Steven had a fanzine back in the early 90s. Greg has a label, you know. They have like a huge knowledge of music, and they love extreme metal. They love like all the underground shit. So that's how we met. So, but it's still two completely different things.
Okay,
you know? Like Sun is psychedelic aspect to me, to very psychedelic way of approach, and Mayhem is, of course, a black metal. I like a little bit of psychedelic there too, but it's really structured. It's really like fucking, you know, there's a certain
close to his kind of
different music. You know, Sun doesn't even have a drum. So, but to me, it's even Sun is not so dark as Mayhem maybe, but somehow to me it's all about the other world, the spiritualism, and Sun is also, you know, it's not a religious band, it's not a cheesy shit, it's a heavy as fuck, but from a different aspect, you know. And so for me, they completely balanced out each other. The problem was that I started to have tinnitus in my ears. And it's my fault too. I should probably do protection, because in the first years touring with Sun, I didn't give a fuck. So and you know, it's so loud, constantly on stage, and even when I use inner system, it's so loud that, you know, I really need my hearing. I love to listen music. I love hi-fi. So right now I hear the tinnitus, you know. I can live with it. I hear this tone in my head, but I can't have it worse, man. So anyway, for me, every show is different, and I try to give the maximum every night, because my way to approach is spiritual, you know, and especially now in this long tour with Mayhem, I learned there's no other way I could do it. because I want people, because okay, maybe we play one day a big hall, next day a small club, but for the people who are there, they want, I want to give them the same experiment or the best possible. And the way to do it for me, especially with band like Mayhem, the only way to do it, if I keep it spiritual, which is another topic what it means, but I can't do it for material reasons really. Then I would be just, I don't know, couldn't pull it out. And that's basically my approach to music. The Sun, Mayhem, Tormentor, Cosmic Pool. My channel, my driving force is like this, kind of like dealing with these fine physical things, other words.
Okay. So
You know.
your approach is not about the technique, but about what you feel, something outside the mere
It's
say
always the most important how you
the.
feel,
Okay,
and
okay, it's good
and
to
you
know
wanna
because
express that. The techniques are the second important. It's very
okay,
important. So you have your realm expanded. You can do more shit. You can do more into details, and you can work on your body. That's the techniques. But when I perform, I think about the techniques, of course, but it's a second thought. It just kind of like there. That's a basement, but I
okay,
really need to be like spaced out too,
okay.
like out of the space to be able to perform this type of music. So yeah, it the techniques is very important too, I think, but not the most important.
It's good to know this point of view since it's people not talking too much about what is inside of making music, of making art. People is talking about technique, be faster, be the best in terms of thing, but nobody speaks about what they have inside that they want to express. So having this kind of point of view is good because we are not making the same pre-confectioned interview. Okay, talk about this, this, and this, but it's good to also explore this kind of feelings because
Of
okay,
course.
we're talking about extreme metal, but art is kind of have to be like this, have be to express something
Well,
hidden. So
extreme metal is art too, I
yeah,
think,
yeah, everything is art. So
because it's well, not everything, but it's an expression. It's a
yeah,
self-expression of, especially metal is very strong, I think, because it's more people together. Still, it's one of the last fucking genre if you think about. Okay, maybe there's jazz and shit, but like where bands really like important, the lineup, or they play together, they be so shit together, and used to be all the bands like that, but today I don't know. I'm not following pop scene, but it looks like there are just a made up bands coming and going. I don't fucking know what's going on. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, I think metal is a great form of music, and and to me, uh, extra metal in my veins somehow. So
yeah.
So I started very early. I was 15 at my first show, and I'm still here. So um, whatever. What was the question? Actually, I
No,
forgot.
no, you answered. You had also answered, for example, a question from Alessandro that asking you about the feelings and the music and stuff like that. So basically, you are burning question.
I had the feelings. Here is the
Yeah,
thing, man. It's like fuck, man. Of course, the feeling is the most important. That's what you want to express. At least in my case, I don't consider myself about my techniques so great. The techniques I need just to be able to have the clearest channel.
okay.
I always felt like I'm channeling something, and I think artist's biggest enemy could be the ego too. When you think you are doing this or that, of course you are part of it, and I'm not saying drop the ego completely. But in my case, it's something transcendental, and this is exactly what I'm looking for. That feeling when I'm almost not there. And the techniques help to be comfortable in this space, you know, and do whatever comes. And it's great too, you know, but to cut it short, techniques is breathing. That's what techniques is. And also learn your own body. Because I could tell you, of course, maybe I should do one day this fucking lesson. So many people asking about me. Maybe I do one day this online shit. But anyway, I'm still learning. And you know what? I'm learning forever. I think to maintain my techniques is that I always try to develop. Actually, your body changes, you know, and your body by nature gets weaker. So if you work on your techniques, you can still figure out how to maintain it just by, I don't know. I'm like, look at fucking Bruce Dickinson, man. I just saw Judas Priest. I was fucking blown away now at Hellfest. Suddenly I was in a right spot. I mean, Rob has like a big beard. He's like 70, singing like Painkiller, not just Painkiller, all the shit, you know, the cool shit. And I was blown away, you know. I tried to sing alone, and it was so fucking hard. So, dude, I don't know. I think it's about, yeah, you just love what you're doing, but the emotion, and also what I would like to emphasize, because I think it can close the channel if you really want to serve people's expectations, you know, and if you think like, yeah, what would like the people would like to hear. At least I never been like that. Maybe some people like that. For me, it's been always like what I would like to show or do a new idea, and if it works, it works. If not, fuck it.
Okay.
Do something else or keep going on and don't care, you know, whatever.
Okay, very interesting stuff, and will be also interesting to translate everything. So Attila, if you have some minutes of pause from you, I will continue to talk in Italian.
Okay.
Because
I
we
just
have a
go
lot
out
of...
to smoke a little bit. You just
no problem.
translate. You just
Yeah.
translate for a minute or two. Yeah, I like to go out
I
to smoke
think
for a minute.
not only not only for a minute, but no problem.
No. I'm
Okay.
not running anywhere,
Okay.
so I can be.
Have
I'm just coming back.
a good smoke, actually. Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Ok ragazzi, mentre Attila va a fumare traduco un attimo che sta fuori cose da dire. Ovviamente cioè, per me può parlare quando vuole, insomma, non è che sì, absolutely. For respect to Attila, because guys, he just finished another interview in Finland during the festival and he's with us on il Calice Nero, guys.
Però poi verrà chiesto in privato una cosa, quindi se
sì,
tutto va bene,
aspetta.
a un'altra sorpresa.
Ok ragazzi, allora partiamo subito dalla prima domanda che Tony giustamente aveva fatto prima che c'era Attila in online. Ragazzi, abbiamo provato ad avere Negro Barcer, però era disponibile solo Attila, quindi noi qualsiasi persona disponibile ovviamente, cioè, non è che possiamo dire tu notto, sì, cioè, capito ragazzi?
Non dico niente.
Allora, praticamente Tony ci ha chiesto riguardo i Dead. E io ho detto, lo so che è una domanda per Negro Barcer, ma cerchiamo di correre con la fantasia. Tu che hai potuto conoscerlo rispetto a noi, cosa sarebbero stati i Mayhem con Dead? Praticamente lui ha detto una cosa molto importante. Dead era assolutamente influenzato dalla sua vecchia band che sono i Tormento. Sì. Infatti molte cose a livello strumentale si assomigliano. Poi ha detto che comunque i Mayhem avevano fatto pochissimi live, quindi lui è un po' contro questo fatto della mitizzazione, però dice che in qualche modo questo, le fatti di cronaca, la questione Varga e Euronymous hanno contribuito comunque a creare questo alone di mistero, questo alone dark, diciamo, che dietro al black metal. Vado a riassumere un po', ragazzi, perché preferisco focalizzarmi sulla seconda parte. Lui praticamente, come dice anche Iblis, ha iniziato a sviluppare la sua parte speriamo di portarlo un giorno Negro Balce.
Non si può dire
Grazie.
nulla.
Come dice a Iblis, il suo cambiamento è avvenuto quando si è spostato in Norvegia per registrare dei Mysteries praticamente, dove lui tra l'altro ci ha appena detto che ne conosceva solo 5 su 8 brani, perché gli è stato Sam Otteniembro gli ha spedito la cassetta che penso si riferisca alle pre-produzioni,
Sì,
e quindi lui comunque ha sì, la parte dello studio è stata piuttosto, diciamo, asettica, però comunque erano circondati da candele, situazioni oscure, insomma, comunque c'era qualcosa riguardante anche quella cosa nuova, perché dice, io ho ascoltato Death Crash, perché comunque Anonymous mi mandava il CD, ok? Quindi praticamente lui aveva a che fare già con i Mayhem. Però ha detto che quando ha sentito le pre-produzioni, le tape, no? Ha avuto un'espressione che fosse tutta un'altra band, il modo in cui, perché ha detto onestamente il primo, ci ha detto anche delle cose abbastanza diciamo anche non condivisibili per i più duri e puri, no?
Però si può dire che è quello è proprio anche quello che...
Sì, sì, no, però ha detto per esempio per lui Bathory non è stato un granché, cioè scusami, Burzo non è stato un granché perché assomigliava il primo Burzo troppo ai Bathory, i Death Crash assomigliavano troppo ai Tormentor, però quando ha avuto le mani questa tape, queste 5 canzoni, ha trovato completamente un'altra band, quindi praticamente ha detto qua qualcosa si muove, perché suona come qualcosa che non, diciamo, che non ha mai sentito. Il modo di suonare i blast beat che ragazzi c'erano, però erano diversi.
Sì, non è la di adesso. Sì.
Esatto. Anche per esempio i primi Sepultura avevano i blast beat che non erano quelli di adesso, no?
No,
Parlo di
quello
quella di diciamo proprio delle prime demo. Oppure per esempio
veramente.
c'erano i Celtic, ho parlato anche di Celtic dell'influenza che magari potevano avere, dico io Venom, l'ho detto anche Celtic Frost, quindi c'era una cosa molto diversa. Quindi praticamente ha trovato una band completamente nuova, tanta voglia di fare un suono nuovo, una sperimentazione nuova fondamentalmente. E quindi lui, quell'album soprattutto che è dei Mysteries, Full End 1994, che stando comunque alle diciamo alla timetable che troviamo su internet o troviamo sulle pagine ufficiali, sostanzialmente è stato per lui, come dice anche Iblis, tra l'altro mi sta suggerendo le parole, un punto di non ritorno, tutto qualcosa di nuovo. Poi abbiamo parlato dell'esperienza a Catania, dove praticamente è andato tutto bene, accoglienza, il vulcano, una cosa incredibile, però praticamente il promoter, lui ha perso la valigia del taxi, della macchina del promoter, da quando ho capito, e il promoter ancora non gliela restituisce da tutti questi anni. E quindi ragazzi, per voi che siete stati a Milano, Iblis, grazie mi fai emozionare quando parli in inglese con me. Comunque, per voi che siete stati a Milano avete visto un attimo completamente diverso, con la maschera anticasso, con qualche abito di scena raffazzonato, diciamo, che non era l'abito, però non era, capito, non era l'abito di scena al suo. Quindi ha improvvisato perché aveva perso tutta la valigia, tutti gli indumenti, tutti gli effetti personali aveva perso. Infatti abbiamo anche detto scherzosamente, se ci stai guardando
smettila però, scrivi anche in italiano.
Iblis fa ridere, grande Iblis, comunque, che ci segue sempre. Se comunque ha chiesto questa cosa. Poi quindi abbiamo fatto un appello al promoter di Catania di restituire questa valigia che c'è da 20 anni, no? Quasi da 20 anni. Vista da questa situazione, si è trovato molto bene, però c'è un aspetto oscuro. Poi andando a riassumere, che poi Attila è rientrato, infatti lo faccio. Praticamente abbiamo parlato della sua stile vocale, San O Mayhem, la sua ricerca anche spirituale nelle vocals, no? Io ho detto il fatto degli aria di Demetrio Stratos, che scusate, ho detto anni 60, ma hanno iniziato nel 72. E praticamente molte domande che ha Iblis, che ha detto o le ha risposte prima o le ha già risposte, diciamo, Attila comunque. In ogni caso abbiamo parlato del suo stile vocale, vado a riassumere. Maggiormente Adimer, che salutiamo, gli ha chiesto San O e Mayhem. Alla fine la tecnica lui dice che è qualcosa riguardante il respiro, quindi è una cosa più per il corpo. Infatti ha fatto riferimenti a Bruce Dickinson, ha fatto riferimento a anche Rob Halford, che tengono da tutti questi anni sta voce bella potente. Lui praticamente però ha parlato delle sensazioni interne, spirituali, artistiche, il fatto di essere quasi immersi in uno spazio, cioè ha fatto dei discorsi piuttosto tra virgolette filosofici sullo stile vocale. Quindi questo lo fa rendere comunque un artista a tutto tondo, e io ho detto che è molto interessante quello che si sta dicendo, perché comunque ha parlato di quasi dimensioni etere, il proprio reame, il proprio setting, no? Questa cosa qua. E quindi Franci, tu se vuoi potevi anche entrare nella diretta se vuoi, comunque dopo. In ogni caso, quello che dico è che la sua dimensione spirituale lo va a comunque influenzare anche il modo di suonare, quindi Sano è diverso, Mayhem è diverso, ma comunque è correlato al fatto che la tecnica è una cosa che lui deve mantenere per rimanere in forma. Infatti ha avuto anche un problema all'udito che non ha risolto, sta risolvendo mano a mano, anche se utilizza tipo gli in-ear come questi, no? Tappanti. Comunque ha avuto problemi, quindi è una cosa anche di forza maggiore, abbiamo parlato di queste cose qua. Ovviamente ragazzi la mia traduzione è sempre riassuntiva perché qui si è parlato tanto, c'è il pulsante CC su ovviamente sia su YouTube che su Facebook, su Twitch non lo sappiamo. E abbiamo anche delle altre domande, alcune già le ha risposte, tipo la domanda di Stefano sull'old school, che lui ha detto stanno facendo una cosa completamente nuova perché per lui old school erano i Deep Purple, non i Mayhem, diciamo. Vado a riassumere. E poi comunque abbiamo parlato anche per esempio del posto, la dimensione. Quindi ragazzi, alcune domande che magari fate e magari non trovate la risposta diretta, è comunque una situazione che lui ha inconsapevolmente ha risposto già. Quindi per adesso mettiamo da parte alcune domande. Per esempio ci sta Arian che chiede di parlare di Tormentor, non ti preoccupare, ne parliamo dopo. Diciamo che adesso mettiamo da parte lo spazio domande dal pubblico, facciamo le domande che abbiamo in serbo in modo tale che ci alterniamo. Okay, Attila, I translated everything. I also resumed a little bit because, of course, time is running out. I don't want to make you wait too long. And of course, I invite the people to click the bottom, the automatic translator on YouTube and Facebook, so they can keep following.
Yeah.
I try to make some resume/translation in real time. I hope that I can make justice to all the beautiful things that you said, because they were a lot of interesting. Without further ado, Maestro, your Italian question from Attila. Vai, Maestro.
Allora, Attila, se portiamo la tua voce all'interno di un iceberg e allo stesso tempo all'interno di un libro filosofico, ma allo stesso tempo in un bosco, quali?
In un
bosco.
Ah,
quali
bosco.
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 Di quali queste tre situazioni riescono a far sì che l'estate diventi inverno e allo stesso tempo riesci ad entrare con la mente, non con il corpo, all'interno di una caverna e lì creare i riverberi sulla batteria di Elhammer, sullo strumento di Nigredo e allo stesso tempo la voce di Attila, come riuscirebbe a creare il nero e il viola in quel momento.
Okay, Attila, the question of the maestro was about your voice together with the other instruments, the other bandmates. It's about the mood, to create the mood. You talk about, of course, the spiritual way that you use to adapt your voice to sing, but also to create a certain mood, a certain kind of things in the songs. How is also the approach that you got when you rehearse and compose or make live shows with Mayhem? It difference between time to time, because the maestro spoke about your voice was like your singing was like a narration for a book, or maybe some reverbs like a cave, something really hard and feeling something really strange, but also unique, as you already said in the previous question, your way to express your voice. So we want to know the mood that inspires you, and also your approach when you have to write something or play something together with your bandmates to create the chemistry that a band should have to perform in the best way.
Yeah, it's the mood is like the kind of emotion feeling you have, like this is the right time or this is not a good idea. I mean, it's so many ways. Like, for instance, for me, the most important thing to play live, I think that's the origin of music. People just started to play, and expressed by music. And music it's kind of transcendental because it goes through your body, even if you don't understand the lyrics. Like I didn't understand when I was a kid. I still love the music depends, and I got it. Still, I got it, and so it's something behind even language or something supreme, and so the approach is always I hear how it should sound, the vocal, which is I don't know if it's a gift or it just I've heard out or it's just been there, but when I hear the music, I hear the vocals, how it should sound more or less in my head.
Okay.
And I think it's a good approach also to, well, how to find words, but somehow like you would do it the first time. Like not like try to do it a little different. I try to learn every show I do a little different. I try to do it better or try different things. Still today, I mean, vocals is about breathing techniques too. Basically, that's how you use your body like an instrument. Like my vocal cord is like this big here. Everybody's it's like just opens like that, and there's like a small the air goes through.
You got the thick vocal cords, right? Thicker.
Yeah, very small. And then it's like with the guitar with the string. When you put the body behind, your whole body, your whole thing, you know, that's how it makes sound. So it's the whole thing is pretty interesting, and you work on that body in a way to make the airflow and you know open these different holes in your skull, resonances, all the shit. And to me, it's a little bit like martial art. It's something you can always work on. These technical things, you know, even anytime, anywhere, because your instrument is with you. But the approach is always, well, it's very hard to find a word, you know, but I hear, like, I can taste it, I can feel it, how it should be, the vocal, just an emotion. This is how I approach to anything.
Okay.
It's my personal thing, but it could be different for anyone. And then when it comes to lyrics and shit, it's so many ways, you know. Maybe I had an idea, I had the lyrics, and that I turn into the song, or I got inspired by the song, or write the lyrics somewhere, or get other people involved. Maybe the composer, I like to hear always the composer's visions, so it's more focused somehow, or shared sometimes. The idea, if he has any vision or she. And I don't know, but it's also strange for me. Like you translate Italian now. Like when I was from Hungary, I didn't understand shit when I was a kid. Even we didn't have the lyrics because we didn't have vinyls. I just only had tapes, you know.
Okay. Without, of course, the booklet and stuff.
Yeah, I could write down the lyrics. I made these cool covers, all the shit as a kid, but couldn't understand any word. We didn't learn English, but the music still worked, you know. And
true, very true. Music, it's earlier than words, because when I approached this genre,
some fucking bullshit that's wrong, but I don't know. Also, how you say something.
When I was a kid, I was impressed by this music, by the sound. Then, growing up and learning English, I started to reading the lyrics, and I got, of course,
it and stuff. But actually, many times, especially in black metal, you don't even understand. You have to read it, otherwise it's impossible.
Yeah.
You know, that's cool. That also means like it's more like an instrument, but of course it has to have the right message, of course. I'm not saying
Okay.
it's not important, it's super important, but I think it's also very important the arrangement, how you sing, how you say it, what timing, that word can mean
And I want
like
to ask you, since you talk about timing and stuff like that, what is the difference between recording back in the days and recording now, and what you like the most to being in the studio, and what you hate from being in the studio? You prefer the live situation, as I said, of course, but I try to reformulate the question. You prefer the studio environment or the live environment? Just when it comes to create.
um, like performing. I
Yeah.
like to perform live.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
like the
The
performance.
even
But
composing, rehearsing.
second,
I mean,
no, yeah. I mean, for me to play live is
okay,
always
okay, okay.
something magical, and I like that. But second thing is like you say, create music and rehearse. That's also I like a lot because at rehearsals you can try out different things and shit
Okay.
like that. So I love to rehearse actually. You can have
So
a
you
joint,
love the both
you
you
can
love the
say it
both side of being.
out, you can fuck around. It's easy. It's not like a show. It's great. I love it. And the third thing for me is listening at home.
Okay,
So for me, there's a three. That's basically also the structure, the
okay,
important.
okay,
Um, but studio work is, I don't know, I'm fine with it. I like it. It's it's always been kind of cool experiment, and of course, it's like you really have to lay down something. It's kind of like a work, you know.
okay.
But I don't know. Work, I don't know if it's the right word because I can't think about music like that. For me, I mean, of course, now it's our main income, and I don't know with this COVID shit what's gonna happen, but at least we survived so far. I'm very thankful for that, being on that level. I never thought it ever could happen, but probably we were right or were changed, whatever. Um, Still, like to pull out now, we had like 11 weeks of touring,
Hmm.
and for me, like I said, it's important. Like maybe we play in a big hall or a small hall. It's different for us, but for the people, not. They just see us. So to be able to perform the same every night, to me personally, is the only way to approach is, I'm not sure it's the right way to say, but spiritual uh, approach. And actually, I'm fucking happy we play that kind of music too. And I don't know if I could do any other kind of type of music, not dealing with that fine physical, spiritual, whatever word you want, occult, whatever.
Hmm.
Um, it's for me the only way to do this that I'm there, and yeah, and I every day I had to still fine tune my body, you know, like an instrument. Still today it's like that. Um, but that's okay. Everything is okay. But I just wanted to say this is my approach to shit,
Okay.
you know, and this is my approach to art and music. I wanna feel that kind of transcendental shit behind, which might happen, might not. You know, I like the peaks on the shows when I feel like no, I'm not there. It's like moments.
Hmm.
It's kind of personal shit. It's different for probably
Yeah.
every artist. You know.
Okay. In fact, during the many episodes that we got to the Calice Nero, everyone said his own approach. So it's good to know the personal stuff when it comes about music, feel the music, composing, rehearse and stuff like that. So it was interesting to know also your own point of view, and also because your band is so much respect, and also you as an artist has so much to say. It's good to know this kind of stuff from directly from you actually. So it's good to have this kind of mood, because we are talking about mood, feeling,
The
sensation, this kind
problem
of.
is hard to find words for these things in
Yeah,
language,
we know
actually.
it's even difficult for me
I'm
to
just
translate back.
exactly, and even for me, it's hard to describe this, and also I think everybody should also discover themselves these things in art, in music. I could recommend start reading for everyone. It's not gonna hurt, and in general, my perspective in life is just try to learn. I know everything is hopeless, everything is shit, everything's gonna blow away, everything's gonna fade away. So nothing has any point, really. But I think if you try to just pick yourself better in front of you, whatever you are doing, art, music, shit, that's it. So that's why I like to practice, and that's why I always try to do it better every night. And that's why I try to learn every night from every performance I do, because we have a limited time, and of course, just gonna make out the best. But most important, it's not ego; it's behind it yourself. This transcendental shit. So you work on that. I mean, maybe it's a different topic now.
Yeah. Still interesting, by the way. It's
So
very interesting stuff here. So I
we
recommend
are
to the
going a
guys
little bit
to.
away.
Yeah, but
You wanna translate this or?
yeah, I have also I have to deal with people that asking you something, so I try to make a big translation. Da
Okay.
maestro facciamo una traduzione dopo, così facciamo anche parlare le persone. Allora, there is a dimmi.
Leggiamo questa. Prima facciamo una cosa. Chiedi ad Attila se può rimanere almeno alle 22:30, se è possibile.
Quindi altri 15 minuti.
Se è possibile. Se è
Okay.
possibile.
Attila, maestro is asking if you got another 50 minutes maximum for this interview.
Of
So
course.
last questions after
Sure.
the translation.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Thank you very much. We got everyone carried away during this interview. So
No problem,
thank you,
bro.
everybody.
It's up to you. You translate now, or you translate later, or you want to talk to me more, or I can stay. It's no fucking problem.
Raga, che ne dite se traduco dopo, così facciamo più
No, fai
domande
una cosa, traduci adesso compatto,
Ok,
una cosa compatta, proprio
ok.
breve, vai.
Quickly translation. Ok, abbiamo
Yeah,
parlato.
yeah. No problem, bro.
Ok.
No fucking problem.
Ok,
It's alright.
thank you very much. Ok,
No worries.
praticamente abbiamo parlato del suo modo di vedere la musica, che ancora lo ribadisce a livello trascendentale, a livello personale. Molte volte lavora con una sorta di ispirazione dalla testa, quindi la melodia, il tipo di situazione vocale, cosa mettere, come mettere, la voce intendo, avviene a un processo mentale che è poi esterna. Poi con i compositori si relaziona e si parla delle liriche che vengono anche decise insieme, però comunque quello che vuole far capire, l'approccio è artistico, abbastanza filosofico nel fare la voce, e quindi praticamente abbiamo parlato di cose che sono difficili da tradurre, ma che comunque riguardano la sfera personale. Io ho chiesto se preferisse, diciamo, live piuttosto che lo studio. Lo studio lo vede più metodico, come se fosse un lavoro, e si sente anche fortunato che la band può vivere solo di musica nonostante il Covid, però lo vede un processo molto sterile, secondo me, lo studio. Invece dal vivo tenta sempre di fare di più, di guardare, apprezzare le sfumature, e quindi di rendere unica la sua situazione. Poi ovviamente ha detto cose più filosofiche, più estese, più belle, però tagliamo corto in modo tale, lo dice pure Iblis, per avere più domande.
Tipo?
No, il tipo ha parlato di qualcosa che è all'interno del proprio io, qualcosa di trascendentale.
Ho capito tutto.
Cioè, l'ha ripetuto più volte il fatto di trascendentale perché è molto importante. E quando devo fare la domanda...
Facciamo una cosa, se ci stai, Nigredo, facciamo due domande. Allora, io ho una domanda, tu una domanda e chiudiamo con la domanda degli Ad Omega. Ok?
Allora io la faccio la domanda. Allora, ragazzi, io faccio la domanda solita del Calice che quando riguarda la.
Allora, faccio la domanda io, fai tu e poi chiudiamo con la domanda di
allora, Alessandro ha fatto la domanda anche sul luogo particolare in cui esibirsi, però comunque ha un po' già
risposto. Tutte e due. L'ha già detto.
Ha un po' già risposto perché ha parlato del suo habitat principale come musicista, il live, dice che la musica nasce dal vivo, insomma. Quindi praticamente nasce dal performing, lui ha parlato proprio di performance, no? Quindi io, da quanto ho capito, poi posso anche sbagliare, ragazzi, c'è sempre un po' di emozione, Attila in live, scusate,
Mayhem, ragazzi,
esatto. Quindi sostanzialmente si è parlato pure del fatto che comunque la situazione dal vivo, anche come scena metal, prima ha parlato del fest, per esempio, no? Quindi come espansione. E quindi secondo me, riguardanti i luoghi che si può esibire live, lui parla comunque di un ritorno alle origini del musicista, del musicante, di quello che era una figura che comunque è da performance. Quindi credo che sostanzialmente non parli di luoghi, ma parli piuttosto di situazioni, live, studio, le prove. Infatti lui ha parlato proprio del fatto che il layer, diciamo, di lavoro come musicista è live, lo studio e le prove. Quindi ha fatto, dice, i tre aspetti, no? Quindi poi approfittiamo anche del fatto che ci ha chiesto che deve andare a fumare per poi approfondire le cose.
C'è Dead Crash, proprio in tape, la versione originale, la versione mai uscita.
Ha detto che ce l'ha, ha detto che non è un grande collezionista. Dice che forse ha perso pure la tape di Burzo. Cioè,
costa la bellezza di 100 euro.
100 euro. Vabbè, diciamo che dovrebbe fare un po' di pulizia nella soffitta, magari ci manda qualcosa, no? A volo.
No, andiamo direttamente da lui, Ecco ragazzi, oggi vi fa capire una cosa. Noi abbiamo il Mayhem oggi.
Intanto Attila non se n'è andato, è andato un attimo a fumare la
sigaretta. Questo fa capire la serietà del Mayhem. Attila in Finlandia, impegnato, eppure ha fatto la prima intervista. Guardate ragazzi, oggi abbiamo visto la serietà veramente di un professionista. Questo deve fare imparare tantissimo a un gruppo come Gadetron. Ecco, ve lo dico tranquillamente in diretta adesso, perché questo veramente è lo specchio della professionalità.
Tra l'altro aveva appena finito un'altra intervista, quindi diciamo che lo ringrazio veramente di cuore.
Dai, facciamo queste tre domande e poi lasciamo Attila.
Attila, you are back on the show. Last three questions.
E poi ti lasciamo libero.
As the maestro said in Italian, we will set you free after these three questions. Okay, so we hope that you enjoyed the conversation so far. Okay, allora, we start with a question from Ad Omega. This is a band that we appreciate, and they ask you the collaboration with Dark Kenny, the album The Canticle of Shadow, and what's your opinion about Italian black metal, and if you think that we have as Italian a particular way to approach this genre to play?
Honestly, I just partly following the scene, and I have many requests, and it really depends on my time and mindset and like what's happening in the moment, if I can do it. I try to do the most I can to support the scene, so I just know that assess, I don't know. I'm like fucking hard to recall now of the bands from Italy, but I don't even follow the scene in that sense, and I'm not a collector of vinyls. I should now a little bit, but I'm looking at music in the wider perspective, and this kind of music is in my vein. And right now I'm at the metal festival. I live in this, and I follow I listen a lot of like industrial goth, electro shit, anything which dealing with dark, even classical, that's where my mind is normally.
Okay.
And I mean, his Devil Doll is Italian.
Which kind of project? I
Devil
misheard.
Doll, Devil Doll.
Devil Doll. Li conosci Devil Doll,
Già
maestro?
sentiti nominare, sì, sentiti nominare.
Sono italiani, chiede.
Yes, mi sembra di sì,
Yeah.
verifico.
The
Scrivi,
maestro
mandami un messaggio, mandami in
is
gruppo.
verifying if they're Italian because he's already heard this project.
Mandami su
Devil
WhatsApp
Doll.
così verifico subito.
Ok, scusate ragazzi, io sono tanto ferrato su alcune cose, perdonatemi, non mi ammazzate. Sì, Devil Doll. Okay, Maestro is checking because we heard actually a lot of things because we also have our printed zine, so we got a lot of emails, things from the agencies, stuff like that to propose project, but also we got a lot of
Italo-slovena, fondata nel 1987 da un musicista che si celava dietro il pseudonimo di
okay.
Mr. Doctor.
Okay, Mr. Doctor is actually Italian and Slovenian together. He's a hybrid guy. It's not only Italian.
Okay.
It's like from Slovenia and Italy. Because
all right.
ex-Yugoslavia.
Also, you know, I talk a lot to Claudio Simonetti, you know.
Grande, fantastico.
And unfortunately, COVID fucked up our plan, but we had like a great thing, you know, going on, and like had some plans which might happen one day, you know, but we're talking about some collaboration.
Okay, good.
Like I like to perform in cinemas, you know, and we are talking about.
Actually, it's a good news this one. So we
Yeah,
hope that you can make it in the future.
yeah, me too, and it was like, you know, I with Void of Voices, with my solo stuff here in Finland, actually, I did this performance when I did soundtrack, like live soundtrack for a silent movie called The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari,
Okay.
which is the first called kind of horror movies from 19 something 20 maybe, I can't tell now, but that was amazing. We had a copia, and it was like not from a video, you know. We had a fucking film.
Okay, so
my vision was, you know, like back in the
great.
days in the silent movies, they had a piano player. So instead of that shit, have a lot of voices, you know, like a background for the movie.
Great.
So it was basically like supporting the movie, and was something that, and Claudio see it because I play the same stuff in 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 Texas, in what's the capital of Texas? Sorry, my mind.
No problem. No worry.
I will come to my mind. Anyway, Phil and Selmo.
The festival that's
the horror score festival.
Okay, horror score festival.
Phil and Selmo organized with this guy.
Yeah.
In I become, you know, I'm just bad with the names when I have to say sometimes my neurons, you know. But anyway, there I played that same thing, and Goblin played too, and actually they did the same stuff on the big stage. Like they played like I think it was Suspiria. So there was a show like they projected Suspiria, and they were playing live exactly the soundtrack like it's in the movie. It was fucking cool, actually.
Yeah, sure.
And I played there the Caligari, and somehow it happened that Claudio and the guys seen that show, and they were totally into it. So that's how we met, and we still keep friendship, you know. And now we came with the idea to do together something for Nosferatu. You know, the same thing like silent movie.
Yeah, with sorry.
We'll see. I still talking with my friend in Finland here to do it. I don't know if Claudio can join. I still want to do it, the Nosferatu, because
Would be great if there is
yeah,
any chance to make it. Would be great to
yeah,
have
but
both
we
Claudio
should,
and you collaborating together. So it would be great.
yeah, we should do it together.
Yeah, you should.
I hope. I don't know. We didn't talk for a while. Maybe I should drop him an email. What's going on?
May-
But we are
we
kind
know
of
that will be
meet.
a huge thing. We know it will be a huge thing. Mixing your style with this with
I think
him. So
it would be amazing.
yeah, well, for sure.
And I'm talking now here in Helsinki with Alex to do the show. So he just wants to do it because he obsessed. We did it before, like the Caligari.
Yeah.
So the plan was, I don't know. I have to talk to Claudio. I mean, I want to do it with him. Hell, fucking
Okay.
yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
We will looking forward about this
Yeah,
because will be for sure will be amazing. So we hope that you
absolutely.
can
I
make
don't know
it.
if what they are doing, touring or everybody is fucked by the COVID. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
problem. We
There are like
all the
2 years
plans. I tell
delay.
you, it was a whole schedule, or we had like a period. Do it.
Okay, so
Oh,
was scheduled before the COVID.
kinda, yeah.
Kind.
It
Okay,
was.
okay.
It was at least planned. We were talking about it. We made like plans which period we should do it, and the COVID fucked it up.
Okay, but
Unfortunately.
with hope we can make this in the future. I don't know, but maybe next
I'm
time
sure.
if you
Actually,
enjoy the
I'm
show
sure we
and you
will.
want to rejoin next time Il Calice Nero, maybe you can
Allora,
say this news
Margherita,
to us if it makes happen or not. So
facciamo una cosa, traduciamo tutto dopo.
dopo, ok.
Ok, te lo ricordi
Okay, the
intanto perché devo
maestro
fare una
wants to.
domanda.
We have the last two questions. Maestro, vai con la tua.
Ok, la penultima domanda, poi Attila sei libero, finalmente, grazie mille, onoratissimo veramente della tua pazienza. Allora, Attila, quando sei in una prestazione live, quindi con la tua band, con i Mayhem, quando chiudi gli occhi davanti al palco, quale cosmo attraversa la tua mente? Nel senso, una stella cometa o una meteorite? Quali di queste tre situazioni potrebbe entrare all'interno della tua mente a occhi chiusi? E da lì la tua voce incenerisce tutto.
Okay, so
Come un grande, come un
maestro
grande
want to ask you the last things about the making art and making music together. He speaks about your feeling, and he wants to know when you are performing live with Mayhem and when you close your eyes, imagine that you can live like in a space, as you already say, something transcendental. He asks you what kind of image have in your mind with the energy of the crowd back to you, because we know that live is kind of giving back the energy. He said, what you imagine like a shooting star, a meteor, what kind of things happening when people give to you uh, their energy during a live performance.
I I couldn't tell, and also I think it's personal.
Yeah, yeah, we know.
And the last thing I want. That's why I don't like to talk too much, and I just like to give signposts or directions because everybody should do their own fucking path.
Sure.
There's no rule. You have a different life, different background, a different perspective on things. I only can recommend to try to get better. I don't
Okay.
know, maybe. So that's the thing. So I don't like to say. I can't answer that question really, but with the audience, it's really important they're present, and I definitely feel their energy too. And it's like a back and forth thing. So it's communication, and we all know I'm a music fan too. When I go to a show and I like it, I fucking love that. I can't find a word. What the fuck is that? It goes through your body. So experiment. Even at home when I listen music, you know, it's different because I like hi-fi. That's my hobby, you know, and because I think music first and perform live and all this shit. But if I have a phone, for sure I want to listen from a phone the music. But then if I can listen better, it's even better. And if I have it very good, like or clean, then I can hear some details, and especially when it's good system, the space appears, and you feel the time and space, the people, the soul. I don't know, these are words. So that's my hobby too. One of my hobbies, and I mean, I just don't want to say more than that. Like what I visualize. Of course, but it's all. It's also I couldn't, even if I would try, would not make much sense. So
Yeah, we know that it's very personal, this kind of stuff, but at least we want to try to ask this to you.
It's always different too. It's not like a standard thing.
Yeah, sure.
You know, and it's more like finding the way to the channel to me, you know, or finding the way when I'm almost not there, or just, I mean, it's hard to put this in words, like I'm saying.
If you would like, we can go next to the next question if you like. So
yeah,
the last one for you.
Yeah.
This is the question that we make to every guest on our video podcast, actually. So it's funny to see each different answer to it. I will explain. I'll explain a little bit what I say. It's something not so heavy, not so articulate, but I think that you will enjoy it. Il Calice Nero in Italian means the black calice. As you can see the logo and stuff, it can mean something ritual, personal, occult, and shit like that.
What?
But also in Italy, our black calice, not the name of the program. I mean.
Okay.
The black calice, it's mean not only something really serious, so the occult, the dark, the philosophical aspect, but also stay with friends, pass time with friends, drink together, pass the time together. And we want to know, in your opinion, which is the best drink to represent Mayhem music?
The best drink?
But you have to not to say beer because everyone say beer and we
fuck beer.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has a beer. No, I'm gonna do my booze.
Okay.
That's gonna be the best to represent me.
Which kind of booze you?
It's called Attila's Opium Tincture or something like that. It's gonna be called opium, and I made it. I already have it all set up. I'm just a bit too slow with these ideas, but I already have everything set up. It might come soon, and this is gonna be a liquor made of poppy. The poppy, but they use for medicine too, not only for opium. And
so you got your own liquor, actually. You're producing your own stuff.
And it's gonna look pure black.
Okay.
And it's amazing taste with the the poppy taste. You know, the poppy. You have the poppy seeds on the cake sometimes and shit. You know that they use for opium. It's gonna be amazing. It's not gonna make you high like an opium, but the taste. You know, I know what I'm talking about. I think that would be the best.
But it will be
at the moment.
It will have a production. It will have a production. If you can imagine, it will have a production, or you want to drink related only you and your relatives and friends?
No. It's gonna be, you know, like we were talking about. I had this all orchestral project called.
Yeah. If you, I was asking
with Bernard Gender called Posing Earth. It's like a full orchestra. I always wanted to try with extreme drums, but it's like a full, totally crazy, extreme philharmonic music.
Oh.
And we're gonna make a release and we would like to put that liqueur in it to start with.
Really?
And it's already
Great.
been recorded, so we are talking about it. I just have to catch up by breath. You know, this fucking long tour and everything just killed me. But anyway, that's also in the plan. And I have all the shit. We tested it. We get fucked up. It works. It's good. You know, it's gonna be great. It's
Great,
really
for
black metal fucking liqueur I want to come up with, because and it's gonna be called opium, because it's something with opium. I will design the final fucking. It's not totally decided yet, but it's very exotic and it's a really cool drink. You can get really drunk on it too. It's cool. You don't get to hangover and shit, but also it's good to have, like, you know, small ones. Very tasteful. Nice
strong,
taste.
small,
It's
small
bitter
but
and kind of bitter, but it has a sweet touch,
Okay.
you know, and this opium, not opium, but like the poppy taste, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
You have to taste it.
Well, it's pretty great. It's great. It's great. I need the maestro to taste this liquor.
Veramente grazie di cuore di questa intervista.
The maestro will like this kind of thing. So
yeah,
no, veramente rimarrà per sempre nel cuore, perché è stato un onore. Speriamo di averti.
I can send you to the maestro. Once.
Yeah, you have to send the liquor to the maestro, actually. So,
yes.
And I will write the maestro. Yes. Yeah. Thanks Attila for being with us, and we'll be huge honor to have you in the show. We hope that you liked the interview, the question, the mood, and we hope to have you again in the future. But for now, we will let you
leave. Te la manderò in regalo. Faccio questo regalo perché
the maestro will send you the zine when it is finished. So the zine. And thanks for being also part of it. And yeah, what to say? Thanks for being with us, and enjoy the rest of the evening. We really appreciate the fact that you got time to speak with us, and also to be with the Calice Nero, even if you are involved in the festival area and stuff like that. We know that managing this interview will be difficult, but we made it, and we are very thankful that you give to us your time to talk with us this kind of 2 hours of interview. Like we're not. Yeah. So
all right, take care, guys.
Thank you. Have a good night, and we hope to have you again here. Thank you very much, and good night.
See you. Ciao.
Ciao.
The morte.
Ok ragazzi, è stato un piacere avere Attila con noi.
No, traduci tutto, cosa piace traduci?
Per prima cosa, maestro, ti dico che ha detto che quando mi ha chiesto il drink, lui ha parlato di un suo liquore all'oppio che sta producendo, che mica c'è in mente di produrre. Ragazzi, sto anch'io stanchissimo, scusatemi. Ho detto che te lo devi mandare, lo devi assaggiare tu. Quindi praticamente sta facendo questo liquore all'oppio nero con una punta anche amaro, ma con una punta dolce. Insomma, sei tu l'esperto di liquori.
Nocturna, venite a casa che la beviamo. Graziano gli diamo l'analcolico e noi ci beviamo questo.
No, io vengo a nudo
a mangiare.
Io mangio, esatto. Vengo a mangiare il porcetto, con liquore di altri. E quindi riguardante la bibita è questa, perché poi sarà, da quanto ho capito, una release, una sorta di situazione orchestrale bella potente dopo il tour. Riguardante la situazione di quello che hai chiesto tu, ha detto che per lui è difficile rispondere perché è una cosa molto personale, non troverebbe le parole. Però dice che comunque il fatto del chiudere gli occhi, eccetera.
Ah sì, Ale, tu lo sai che non devo neanche dirtela a te.
Alessandro, facciamo la tenda dal
ma te non devo neanche dirtela, Ale.
Il Calice Nero B&B prossimamente no, a parte questa cosa, mi parla del fatto
quella personale di domanda, quale?
Sì, quella lì che tu chiedevi il fatto di cosa vede quando chiude gli occhi, perché poi abbiamo parlato anche di scambi di energia col pubblico, quindi dice che praticamente è una cosa molto personale, molto difficile, perché ognuno ha la sua strada, te la sto riassumendo ovviamente. Poi abbiamo chiesto la domanda degli Adomega, e lui praticamente, ripete, non è un grande collezionista, è anche un po' fuori dalla scena, però cerca di dare la sua collaborazione in base al tempo che c'ha, al mood e soprattutto a quello che vuole dire. Quindi per lui è un piacere sempre, diciamo, essere parte di queste situazioni. Poi abbiamo parlato del fatto che col suo progetto solista ha avuto l'occasione di entrare in contatto con i Goblin, con Claudio Simonetti, dove c'era un progetto in cantiere tra loro due che è stato sputtanato per via del Covid. E quindi praticamente aveva questo progetto di soundtrack di film, lui infatti musicava film muti, e praticamente al festival di Film Anselmo, qua dove hanno suonato pure i Cripple Bastard praticamente, quella che organizzava proprio lui, film horror e musica insieme, ha avuto l'occasione di praticamente avere a che fare con i Goblin praticamente. Quindi è in progetto una collaborazione tra Claudio Simonetti e Attila, che purtroppo non ha avuto continuità per via del Covid, però dice che dopo il tour ci sarà una reschedule di questa situazione e vedranno se potranno fare, perché non lo sente da un po' Claudio Simonetti. Quindi diciamo che se non avessimo avuto il Covid avremmo avuto anche una esperienza musicale con Goblin e Attila dei Mayhem. Chissà cosa ne uscirà fuori, siamo molto, molto curiosi. Poi abbiamo parlato del suo progetto brevemente, le sue sensazioni con il progetto che appunto lo ha caratterizzato in questa situazione di musicare il cinema, che sarebbe aspetta che non ce l'ho sulla punta della lingua, che l'ho anche ascoltato, progetto ragazzi, scusate lapsus in questo momento tra tutte le altre cose, Void of Voices, tra l'altro ci dice anche Existence che hanno aperto anche Ulver a Ravenna. Praticamente con questo progetto lui musicava appunto i film muti, i primi film horror dei primi anni 20, e quindi questa cosa l'ha fatto entrare in contatto con Claudio Simonetti, quindi ci sarà questa news. Quindi abbiamo 2 news in esclusiva per il Calice Nero. Il primo, che uscirà questo nuovo progetto orchestrale, questa orchestra, da quanto ho capito, filarmonica, no? Quindi con gli archi, eccetera, eccetera, dove ci sarà questo liquore prodotto, sarà il liquore di Attila, all'oppio, diciamo. Poi la seconda news, che è ancora un rumor perché si deve vedere se c'è continuità, è il fatto di praticamente di questa collaborazione con Claudio Simonetti. Per quanto riguarda la situazione con i Dark End, lui è stato lieto di partecipare, però comunque non segue molto la scena, però vuole dare il contributo, vuole dare un contributo anche per far conoscere nuovi gruppi, da qui anche la collaborazione con i Dark End. E poi il Calice Nero strapponesi in esclusiva. Sì, ci sta. E poi dice anche, Existence dice anche che ha avuto anche l'occasione di usare l'orchestra in archi in Grecia qualche anno fa, spaventoso. Questa cosa non la sapevo.
Testa di archi in versione ridotta in Grecia qualche anno fa.
Comunque
gli ho mandato un messaggio su WhatsApp a Attila, l'ho ringraziato di cuore, che è stato un onore.
Tra l'altro il maestro ha anche qualche altra cosa di Attila oggi, quindi diciamo che ha non solo la memorabilia. No, è stato un piacere, ragazzi. Lo ringraziamo molto perché ci ha messo nel time frame delle interviste. Sapete che nei festival i gruppi hanno le interviste da fare, e quindi ha messo la nostra intervista nel suo...
Sì, ma poi fate una cosa, siccome non ci siamo capiti, nel senso che io non avevo capito che era in Finlandia, io pensavo che era in Ungheria, quindi è entrato prima alle 8, ok? Orario finlandese, perché lì le 8 sono le 9.
Poi c'è stato un problema di connessione, quindi va a risolvere i problemi di connessione.
Infatti è stato veramente disponibilissimo. Ecco, per quello che vi dico, ragazzi, oggi abbiamo avuto veramente la vera professionalità. Ragazzi, siamo un canale piccolo, eppure Attila non ci ha snobbato. Anzi, io mi ricordo ancora l'intervista che vi ho fatto sul cartaceo, è stata spaventosa, 4-5 pagine. Cioè, mi ha mandato alle 3 del mattino e quando l'ho visto, stavo lavorando, mi è venuto un colpo, perché non pensavo. Cioè, mi ha ringraziato adesso, ha ringraziato Maria Vanarca come traduceva e tutto. Cioè, questo, ragazzi, vi fa capire veramente il grande successo che noi, dentro di noi, abbiamo avuto. E grazie a voi che avete interagito, siete stati appunto in diretta, veramente un grazie, perché questa è una puntata speciale.
Ovviamente cerchiamo sempre di fare le traduzioni veloci per permettere di stare più tempo con il nostro ospite. Però comunque questa puntata, come tutte, rimane online, ragazzi, ma ci mancherebbe se non rimane online.
Ma questa la incorniciamo, questa
è una piccola pietra miliare, anche ci teniamo comunque a ringraziare diciamo lo staff Century Media per il supporto. Il maestro sa, perché le mail che abbiamo mandato, insomma, non sono andate in vano, ecco. E speriamo che questa cosa
non è andata a grande importo, quindi preparatevi
e poi abbiamo delle news, lo possiamo dire, penso, perché lo posso dire, maestro.
Aspetta, che cosa però?
La news, la nuova intervista, devo preparare
ancora non è stata annunciata.
Ancora non la posso dire. Comunque ci sarà per gli amanti della batteria un personaggio che diciamo è se Derek Roddy è la gamba sinistra, lui è la gamba destra della batteria estrema, e penso avete già capito. Quindi
però,
ci sarà anche lui.
Vedrete, è vero Tonio, è vero,
La strada epocale, sì, sa.
Porca puttana, non ci credo ancora.
Maestro, allora maestro, è un'impressione a caldo sul fatto che tra tour e roba varia, tra mesi di planning e corteggiamento, ai Mayhem li hai avuti in diretta, ma dici le tue impressioni a caldo.
Allora, doveva essere la prima intervista del canale Calice Nero, come ti avevo parlato, ti ricordi all'inizio,
quando abbiamo fuso i nostri canali insieme. Sì.
Doveva fare la prima intervista, perché sono incontrato anche con Tormentor, l'altro Attila, e poi ci saranno anche Tormentor, quindi ci saranno anche i Tormentor, sicuramente, appunto molto probabile con Attila Schisar, perché sarà lui traduttore, perché Attila dei Tormentor non sa l'inglese, quindi mi ha detto di riversare.
Aspetta un attimo, Alan. Allora, tu lo devi scopo, purtroppo no, anche se ci piacerebbe.
Devo preparare la vasellina.
No, ora si parla sempre di batterista death metal greco, cioè non vi dico più niente.
No, che cazzo, basta, non dire più niente, cazzo.
Ci saranno anche un'intervista a Darktro,
sarebbe fantastico. Tony, guarda, te lo dico già, no, perché Fedez non rilascia interviste. Allora l'ho fatto tanto tempo fa con un'altra Zin, il cartaceo, era stato veramente molto tranquillo, è una bravissima persona, ve lo posso garantire, perché veramente di una disponibilità, di una tranquillità estrema, davvero sono stato in contatto diverso tempo, però purtroppo non rilascio nessuna intervista ai Darktro, per quello, quindi non perché non li vogliamo al canale, magari, sì. Infatti mi sono rasato per quello proprio oggi, per fare appunto omaggio alle Attila. No, però purtroppo, ciao Matteo,
abbiamo provato. Ragazzi, dai, approfittiamo di questi, diamoci un tempo, 5 minuti se ci volete chiedere qualcosa. Lo facciamo sempre a fine live. Io c'ho fame, maestro, però questa è un'altra cosa.
Mi hai risposto Attila, contento perso.
Dai, mitico. Guarda, girami lo screen così me lo appendo tipo in cameretta. No?
Ma te lo mando tutto.
Come prossimi live stream abbiamo l'intervista
il 5 di luglio Marathon.
Sì.
Il 6 sono a memoria. Il 6 dopo intervista Krabator and Hypnos, Repubblica Ceca, grande gruppo death metal. Il 7 dopo un corteggiamento durato quasi 8-9 mesi, finalmente il Kraft. Quindi preparati un'altra bella intervista.
Graft che non sono quelle delle sottilette, mi raccomando.
No, mica, questi sono, porca puttana, sono suonati, mica, tanta roba.
E poi, per esempio, vi invitiamo ampiamente, se vi piace l'argomento batteria, di recuperare l'intervista ieri a Richard Shrill, che
grandissimo, lo salutiamo perché veramente è fantastico. Infatti, come ha detto Margherita Vanarca, la mamma ha messo i mi piaci.
Sì, ha condiviso la mamma di Richard.
Vedi, queste sono cose che commuovono, davvero commuovono, perché Richard è veramente stato dolcissimo, davvero come persona bravissima.
Tra l'altro un simpaticone esagerato.
Mamma mia, troppo simpatico, troppo alla mano, infatti è stata figa l'intervista. Pochi intimi, infatti eravamo in pochi, però si è creata quell'alone particolare.
Infatti proveremo anche a contattare proprio i The Unguided, che sono il suo gruppo principale, magari in futuro.
No, perché non ci sono problemi, zero problemi.
Magari... E poi abbiamo sempre quella puntata da recuperare, Calice Nero on the road, appena possibile.
Sì, con i Venom Inc. Poi
esatto.
L'altro
Venom Inc.
Malevolent Creation,
che tra l'altro saranno in Italia 20 e 21 luglio.
Gavetron, questo.
Maestro, ragazzi. E poi abbiamo altre interviste in programma, abbiamo At the Gates, il 21.
Porca puttana.
Quelle che già annunciato, maestro, facci una carrellata, tu che sei
Allora, vediamo un
contabile.
Allora, vi apro allora, quelle già annunciate.
Buona serata e grazie a tutti per seguirci.
Ciao,
Grazie.
Anna. Un abbraccio, un bacione grande.
Ricordatevi di seguirci su Facebook, ma soprattutto seguirci sul canale principale che è YouTube, youtube.com/il Siamo anche su Twitch, twitch.tv/il ma il nostro canale principale è YouTube, quindi ragazzi, se volete condividete il video, mettete la campanella, like, commento, quello che volete, attivate la campanella, sto capendo niente più, alzate la bandiera. No, a parte gli scherzi, no, la bandiera su YouTube è tipo la segnalazione, quindi non segnalate perché già abbiamo già diciamo Alan con le sue maglie bellissime. No, sto scherzando.
Allora,
colletta per comprare la maglia dei mini pony ad Alan, quella là con scritto detto.
Ma te voglio tanto bene ma te voglio tanto bene assai anche a te. Allora, in Matianac il 12 ci sarà appunto la cantante, Jon Scapt il 13 che non è il bassista di Marduk, nonché chitarrista appunto Jon Scapt. Poi ci sarà la video recensione il 14 degli Ad Omega, 2022, ci divertiamo un sacco.
Sono stati anche in diretta e li ringraziamo.
Salutoni. E Underscobro il 15. Quindi
abbiamo anche la recensione ai Death Cult.
Sì, del caso speciale My Kingdom Music,
che praticamente è il vinile che il maestro ha avuto quando la My Kingdom ci ha inviato il pacco. Io l'ho ascoltato solamente in digitale, quindi faremo io parlerò della parte digitale, il maestro ci parlerà della parte tecnica, il vinile e tutte queste cose qua. Poi ci sta la release del nostro carissimo Alessandro che ci ha inviato. Come sempre poi abbiamo delle, diciamo, mostreremo ogni tanto i nostri acquisti che facciamo. E intanto il maestro sta ultimando la ZIN con le ultime traduzioni, quindi poi faremo anche una puntata
sulla ZIN di Gesù Cristo, ragazzi, scusate, ma sembra un parto, manco Gesù Cristo ha
partorito. Quante pagine sono, maestro?
Di 200 pagine. Iblis, sì, Cobro, Anders Cobro, ex batterista dei Carpathian Forest, ex Green Carnation, attuale batterista dei Lindewood. Quindi ci sarà un bel po' da parlare con Anders, perché veramente si è rivelato una persona tranquillissima, molto molto tranquilla, molto alla mano. Però salutiamo.
Mi raccomando, seguiteci per nuove esilaranti avventure.
Sì, ma salutiamo anche Richard di ieri perché veramente ricorda, è stato veramente figo, divertente. E poi salutiamo Mister Attila Scisa, ragazzi, che oggi finalmente ce l'abbiamo fatta.
Prossima missione portare il Lombardo sul Calice Nero. Cioè, lo marchiamo a uomo, ragazzi, ci proviamo.
Ci stiamo provando, si sta provando a portare anche un gruppo che piace molto a Iblis, però non posso dire nulla. Ragazzi,
poi come sempre non ci dimentichiamo dell'underground, cioè nel senso non vi preoccupate, non ci dimentichiamo dell'underground, infatti vi lasciamo la nostra mail, se avete una vostra agenzia, una vostra lab, potete inserirci nella mailing list per le...
Non l'agenzia delle entrate,
No, l'agenzia delle entrate no, anche perché non facciamo un euro.
E facciamo l'agenzia delle uscite, no?
Ah, maestro, adesso tutti a vedere Willy il Coyote, il maestro stava a bip, mo. Cioè il maestro poi io fuggirò verso il piatto di pasta che ho. Sì.
Comunque, ragazzi,
maestro, il tuo epitaffio, ti zoom così dal tuo epitaffio alla puntata di oggi.
Allora,
questo bellissimo capello molto air metal anni 80.
Oggi finalmente abbiamo realizzato un sogno, Attila, Mister Attila, appunto, from Mayhem. Ragazzi, noi vi lasciamo nell'oscurità, nelle tenebre. Quando Lucifero ci incontrerà, andremo tutti insieme e glorificheremo Satana. La morte vi renderà liberi. Il sacro codice d'onore 000 è il grande spettacolo, come da dimostratori non si fermerà mai. Buonanotte.
Alla prossima puntata, buonanotte a tutti e grazie. Ciao.